Welcome to the GCN Tech Clinic, where we aim to answer your bike and tech related questions. As ever, you can submit your questions down in the comments section below using the hashtag askgcntech. And well, Alex and I will attempt to answer as many of them as possible within the permitted time. Let's get straight into it.
Yeah.
This week's first question.
Right, it's from Scott Bolton. They say, another tubeless question. I'm afraid.
Why is he afraid?
Yeah, don't be afraid. That's what we're here for. I hear a lot of people talking of air escaping from porous sidewalls. The solution is, possibly, spinning the wheels on their sides. But would painting sealant on the inside of your tyre prior to seating it help? No, I don't think it would. I think the amount of force that is inside the tyre when you spin it round, the fact the tyre's deforming, or the bumps, the fact that the sealant is very has got a low viscosity, it can move around the tyre well. I don't think that's an issue. I think leaking air from sidewalls of a tyre is down to very thin tyres.
Yeah, some tyres that I've used in the past, like really almost
super lightweight ones.
Time trial tubeless tyres, shall we say, do tend to not hold air as well as some of the more modern tubeless tyres, which I've actually found now hold air really well, from day to day.
I think gone are the days of your tubeless tyres going down like latex inner tubes. Yeah, they're long gone.
Cool.
Next question, you go.
James Steele, who says, hi Ollie, Alex and Manon. I'm wanting to upgrade my gravel bike with carbon wheels. I'm finding that there doesn't seem to be much advertised as gravel wheels. Is there much difference between carbon road wheels and gravel specific wheels? Thanks in advance. Well, there are gravel specific wheels available from several brands, and generally the key differences you tend to see are they will have slightly wider internal rim width to better make them more suitable for wider tyres that you might want to run. And the other big difference is they're often built to be more robust, so they will have maybe a higher spoke count. They might have slightly different hub flange design, and the spokes that are actually used might be made from a different material, be actually a different spoke. So just from the naked eye looking at two wheel sets, the spokes might look the same, but they might be made from a different material, different type of steel, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement. So having made a number of different videos using road wheels on a gravel bike and gravel specific wheels, the differences you detailed are exactly the same. There's also quite often a difference in the carbon layup. So wheels that are maybe intended for gravel riding might have a slightly more reinforced design to them to make them a little bit stronger and more robust. And as you say, even just the base of having the rim bed being slightly wider, you need to make it a little bit stronger because wider distance between the two areas means there's more chance of flex.
Yeah.
But that said, I don't feel it's a huge difference between them. Most road wheels are suitable to use on a gravel bike unless you're doing something crazy like hacking down big crazy descents, more like the sort of stuff that you might want a mountain bike for.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next one is from SuperBeeve123. Howdy, wonderful Tech Clinic humans.
Oh, thanks.
I'm lucky enough to have in my possession a 12-speed 11 to 34 Ultegra cassette.
Very lucky.
It's been on the bike for 1,400 miles or so, and I've come to take it off and give it a deep clean, but it's stuck tight onto the hub. Any suggestions as to how to get it off the hub without bending anything? And they also say in brackets, it was installed with a little grease to hopefully stop this happening, but it's not gone so well. Sounds to me like some of the individual teeth, which tend to be slightly lower down the cassette, the smaller sprockets, have maybe just bitten ever so slightly into the free hub body, and that's what's causing it to not just slide straight off. But you should be able to apply a good bit of force to the back of the cassette, and it will all slide off with one go. But if it is slightly stuck, as it does release, you're going to end up with a pile of sprockets, and you'll have to sort them all back out again.
Yeah, the only thing I'd be worried about would be, depending on the hub that you're running on your bike, you might take the free hub body with it.
That's an interesting point, actually.
So like the cassette and the big cluster of 3 sprockets at the back of the cassette, when that comes off, it could take the free hub body with it. So this will be dependent on the type of free hub that you have on your bike, but say like the classic one would be like a DT Swiss 240 hub design. The hub body comes off and that's how you service it and get access to the bearings and stuff.
Yeah. So if that's the case, I would say you want to flip the wheel over, cassette face down to the floor. You can put a spacer, maybe a socket in between the floor and that bit of the free hub body that the cassette could slide over, and then from top down, you can hopefully push it down to the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll give it a bit of a light tap with a mallet around as well.
Yeah.
That might work as well.
Next question is from Sully. Go for this. You go.
Sully. That's the pilot that is played by Tom Hanks in that film where they don't die. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
It's in the Hudson, The Miracle on the Hudson.
Oh, that's it. That was a good film, that.
Yeah.
It's the actual person.
It could be.
From the film.
He's lucky enough to have had no punctures in about 7,500 kilometres of riding. Do I need to change my inner tubes, or should I just keep going until they blow? I have some races coming up, triathlons.
Oh.
And I want to make sure that I run latex tubes. I run latex tubes in Conti GP 5000s, and I'm lucky enough to ride on very small roads. Okay, so...
Well, can I just dive in super quick?
Dive in.
Before doing anything to your bike, the first thing you should do is run out and buy a lottery ticket straight away if you've not had a puncture for that long. I think you're incredibly lucky. Get a lottery ticket, 50-50 our way.
Yeah.
Okay? And in terms of your inner tubes, secondary part to your question, I don't think you need to worry about changing them. Inner tubes are not really going to degrade over time unless we're talking years and years and years down the line. So
I mean, they're hidden from UV by the fact that they're inside the tyre.
Stick to what works. You don't need to change it.
Yeah. I would check your tyres before, like if you've not got new tyres on, check them, look at the usual things, the wear indicator, see how much tread you've got left, and look for little cuts inside the tyre and the sidewall. If you haven't got big cuts in them, don't worry about it. Whereas if you do and they are pretty worn, maybe just swap your tyres out for your big race and stuff and put some fresh ones on.
Thanks, good advice. Next one in is from Franca Capana. Hi guys, looking to buy a new bike and I'm wondering if I should go for a bike fit before or after choosing my new bike. I've been riding my old bike for about 7 years, never really had any injuries, but my position was far from ideal, so I don't think I should take it as a benchmark for the new bike. Straight off the cuff, I would advise it's always best to get a bike fit or see a bike fitter before purchasing a new bike. Because you don't want to buy something that might not be quite right for you.
Yeah, bikes cost a lot of money these days. Yeah. And you get it, it's absolutely right and spot on for you. A lot of people do make the mistake of accidentally buying a bike that's not the optimum size, and then it takes away from your enjoyment and your experience cycling. I'm a big fan of the Selle Italia ID match system. Yeah. Now, Manon and I went and had bike fits performed on this and tried the system out. And it's great because it has like a movable jig. Yeah. So I would say try and do that kind of bike fit system, because what they are then able to do is get you into sort of the right position that's right for you and the kind of riding that you do. And then they can apply those measurements to whatever bike you like. So whatever brand you want, whatever model, and then it will work out from their geometry chart which is the best size for you, and even say like how you should adjust the contact points. So it'll say like, maybe you need a Canyon Air Road, but you should order the 120mm stem for it to be the right size for you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, or get the seat post that has layback, or get the seat post that doesn't have layback and put your saddle here on the seat. And I think it's really cool. Really
specific and useful information, I think, is to make people have informed choices when buying new stuff. And you don't want to buy twice, do you?
Yeah, I never bought a bike in that way when I, bought my first road bike or whatever. But had that tech been around, I would have used that to buy a bike.
Okay, well, I'm glad we cleared that up. Right, on to our final question of this week's Tech Clinic. It is from Shamendra Saktivel. I think I've done a goodish
we'll go with
job
that,
of that. They say, can I use WD-40 as a chain lube? Will there be any long-term damage to my chain if I use it?
I think we should play the vintage clip of Si.
Have a clip of Si.
Now for the ultimate cheats trick. I use WD-40 for the lubricant as well as the degreaser.
Jokes aside, right, so WD-40 do a range of different products right now, but I think what they're referring to is the typical maintenance spray lubrication. There's loads of different brands do one, don't they? And it's a very thin oil and it kind of goes everywhere, and it's designed as a do everything for DIY, household chores, car maintenance, and generally it's not suitable as a chain lube.
No, and yeah, like there's been, if you've got absolutely nothing else, and that is all you have, and you need to get out the door on your bike, and you have no other lube, and your chain is currently clean and dry, go on then.
That's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But like any other lube is going to be better. I think even olive oil is better.
I think you're probably right, yeah.
There's been a
It will
lot
stay in place better.
There's been a lot of independent testing on lubricants on bike chains, and olive oil is actually surprisingly good.
I tell you what, we should do a deep dive into like chain lubes and how that stuff works coming up soon, shouldn't we? We should do that.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Love
We'll
that.
get an expert on board for that. But get some bike lube. Don't use WD-40.
Yeah, I get olive oil out of the kitchen. Cool,
Don't
right.
use olive oil either. Just get some proper bike lube.
Right, that's it. Our allotted time has run out for this week. As always, please do keep commenting your questions in the comment section down below. We'll pick them out in the coming weeks, and we'll always do our best to offer the best advice we can, and also be light-hearted about it as well.
Yeah. Keep your questions coming. See you next week.
See you later.
Love you. Bye.